Okay, now I'm going to share my screen and you guys let me know if you can see it. Hang on. I should probably exit out of Facebook. Okay. Let's see. Can you guys see my presentation? Yeah? Okay. Make sure everyone is muted. Someone's not muted, I think. Okay, so tonight I want to talk about, and Tiffany and Megan as well, about the power of being proof that the products work. This is the number one thing that we as coaches need to do. This is our number one vital behavior, showing that these programs and supplements and nutrition programs, that they work, they get results, and that our customers, clients, followers, friends, and family can get results too. So I went way down memory lane today as I was putting this together. I was scrolling back because I've been sharing my journey on Instagram since I started as a coach over 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago. So I was just scrolling really far back on my Instagram feed to show you all my 6+ year journey of before and after transformations. I've been doing our programs. I put up here, and I'm not bragging, I'm just showing you what you can do if you are consistent and you start a program and finish a program. I have done almost all of our programs pretty much, like probably 80% of our programs. I started with Turbo Jam and Turbo Fire. I bought a Turbo Jam challenge pack, DVD challenge pack from Frankie in like, I don't know, was that 2013? I got Vanilla Shakeology, which I don't even know why I did vanilla because I'm a chocolate person, but whatever. So the first before and after is actually when I was doing Turbo Fire. I really leaned out from that program. I've done 3-day refresh multiple times, 21-day fix, size, PIO, Quarter Force, 80-day obsession, Transform 20, Live 4, blah, 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 blah. And obviously working out throughout my whole pregnancy too. And I did do 5 weeks of bar blend and then I gave birth, so I couldn't finish. But yeah, so I love starting a program and finishing a program and showing that you can get results no matter what your fitness level is. So obviously, as I progressed through my journey, I was getting fitter and fitter and fitter. I didn't need to lose 25 pounds at a certain point, but I was showing that there's other ways to get results, not just by pounds. And I use all of our supplements, Shakeology, Recover, Energize. I actually didn't use a performance line until 2 years ago. I don't know why I waited so long to try Energize and to try Recover. But once I started 80-day obsession, I went all in with our supplements. Shakeology I've been drinking this whole entire time, but that's when I really went all in with all of our products. And I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. And I got the best results I've ever gotten. And since then, just kept leveling up. So I just wanted to show you that over 6+ years, I'm still showing up. I'm still getting results. I'm still going all in with our programs and products. And these are just like a combination of pictures from years and years and years. So what you need to do first is obviously commit. You have to commit, you have to say yes, and you have to pick a program. So if you haven't started a program and completed a program, so I'm saying you literally start day 1 and you finish day 21 and you get results, you take before and after pictures, you submit your results, you do your measurements, then I want you to commit right now to doing a program from start to finish. No excuses, you're gonna do it. Put it in the chat right now, what you're committing to, and so we can hold you all accountable. If you have committed to a program and you're doing it right now, put that in the chat and let us know what day you're on, so that we can encourage you to keep going with that program and complete it. And also, if you have committed to and finished a program in the past, but lately you're a new mom, you had got a new job, you moved, and you have not been able to follow through with a program to save your life, I want you to commit to a new one, and I want you to go all in again. So obviously, if you have been having issues with committing and finishing a program, if you've been going up and down, letting excuses get in the way, then really what I want to encourage you to do is start with something short. Start with a shorter program, which we do have plenty of, 21-day fix is obviously the best one, I think, to give your customers as an option as well as yourself, because after that first week, it goes by so fast. Like 21 days flies, and it really keeps you motivated. Like you don't get bored, you don't get sick of it, you don't get, it goes by fast. So, and you get results from a 21-day fix program. But also we have Clean Week, only 7 days. I've done Clean Week, I think at least twice, all the way through, because it's so easy to do and it doesn't matter what fitness level you're at. We have a little more obsessed, we have a little obsessed, we have Sean Week and 3-week yoga retreat. All of these are shorter, 21 days or less, 30 days or less, whatever, that you can get quick results from, share journey, feel confident, and commit to and really follow through. So I want to encourage you guys to do that. And also, if you have challengers that keep going up and down, yo-yoing, never finishing, these are programs to suggest to them. So what happens when you complete a program, when you follow through and you finish it? It is the proof that the products work, because there's no way anybody's going to finish a program with you, one of your challengers, if they don't see you do it first. And you're not going to get results if you only do things half-ass, let's be honest, or if you quit halfway through. So it's going to be the proof that you need to show that it works. It's also going to show that you're in this for real and that you're not going to quit on yourself. So therefore, you're not going to quit on your challengers and your coaches and your team. When you follow through with something, people know that you're going to be there for them too. And you're going to hold them accountable to follow through as well. So if you're constantly stopping and starting, no one is going to want to be you. They don't want you as your coach. 100% honest right there. They are not going to pick you over a coach if they're following more than one coach, which a lot of people are, to be honest. They know maybe 1 or 2 coaches and you're one of those 2 or 3. If you are constantly going in and out and not showing up and completing things, then they're going to go with a coach that is. They're going to say, hey, Megan, she finishes what she starts. And I need someone to hold me accountable to that, because I can't do that myself. And she's going to sign up with Megan. So keep that in mind. It's going to give you credibility. Again, people who are following you on Instagram, on Facebook, especially if they don't know you personally, but they find you or you connect with them, they need to know that you're credible. They need to know that they can count on you and that you're taking this serious, and that this isn't just a hobby for you. This isn't just for fun. This is a job that you care about, whether it's a side hustle or your full-time job. And they need to know that they can count on you and you are in this for real and you are credible. And what builds credibility? Following through with things that you commit to and that you say you're going to do. And also, the fun little part about it is you get a free tank top. Every time you finish a program and you submit your results, every year they have a tank top that you get to earn. Also, I looked this up to be sure that I got it right. They pick 8 winners a month. 8 winners a month for their transformation. And you never know who they're going to pick. So you could definitely be picked one day, 1 month, one time you submit, and you could win money for that. And you could get into the semifinals for that and the finals. Who knows? You never know. So that's really cool as well. And also, our team, we shout you out if you get results. Even if you finish a program and you lose 1 pound, I'm going to shout you out because you completed what you started. So you get recognition as well from us. Also, I found out, and you guys probably saw too, that for 10 rounds, they actually are going to have an exclusive tank top, or I think it's a shirt for 10 rounds. So if you complete 10 rounds and you submit your results in a certain time frame, there's going to be an exclusive shirt for that as well, which is cool. And honestly, when I know Tiffany rocks her 80-day obsession tank top as well. Like when we went through 80-day obsession and we finished it and we got that tank top that said 80-day obsession, and like that we finished, like that was one of the most, I love that tank top so much, because it reminds me of like the pride I have in myself that I went through that and did that. And honestly, you guys, you cannot expect to be a successful coach if you are not completing our programs and you're not using our products. Mic drop, like, come on, like, hello. You cannot expect that. You cannot expect people to sign up with you if you're not doing what you are offering. And you got to use our supplements because they're going to help your results. Like I said, before 80-day obsession, I was not using Energize. I was not using Recover. And I was like, okay, there's no way I can do an hour workout a day without pre-workout and without BCAAs. And hello, of course, as soon as I tried Energize, I was like, what the heck was I missing all my life? I am so dumb for not using this sooner. And then Recover, like literally you're so sore during that program. And I know with 10 rounds, especially the lifting, I've been watching a lot of the workouts. They're lifting like crazy stuff. So I know that I'm going to need Recover again, just to like get out of bed in the morning and get the workout in. And also our supplements are amazing. Like once you try them, you're like, holy crap, these are so good. So, and I heard someone say this the other day on a training that I was listening to while I was researching to give you guys the best info on this topic. And she was like, well, I use this example because, hey, we're from Michigan. I mean, I'm from Michigan. You won't see a Ford family member. You won't see someone who works for Ford driving a General Motors GM car, right? I literally have a family full of GM workers. My brother-in-law works there, several other family members. We all drive GM cars. I've never not driven a car from GM. So you gotta bleed Beachbody Blue, our collagen, our beach bars, our protein bars, our Shakeology, our Recover, Energize. Like literally, if you're using somebody else's stuff, I'm really not sure why. And also, like I said, once you try it, you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm not forcing myself to use any of these programs and products. Like I believe in them so much. I love them so much that nothing else, I don't want to use other products. You know what I mean? So think of it that way. Like you'll never see someone who, if you own the Patriots, like if you're a football team and you play for the Patriots, you're not going to be repping the Lions gear. Okay. So, well, you probably wouldn't want to anyways, but you know what I mean? So yeah. And also, I want you guys to think about this. If you have a problem, or like if you not have a problem, if you find yourself not going in and out of programs, going in and out of commitments, I want you to realize that you can control the controllable. We all have ups and downs in our lives. I have a 1-month-old. Like I've moved, I've had a wedding, I've been in weddings and traveling and whatever it is, you can use that as an excuse to not get results, to not finish a program. But something that you can control is your workouts. Something that you can control is pressing play. Something that you can control is making your Shakeology every day. Like those are things you can actually control. You can't control, if someone cancels plans on you, or if you get fired from your job, or like those are things that sometimes happen out of nowhere, of no control of you. But what's something you can control is starting a program, pressing play, working out, no matter what what is going on in your life. And honestly, that's usually what keeps you grounded. That's usually what keeps you sane. I mean, for me to go 4 weeks without working out for the first time in like years, I'm dying. Like I want to control that so bad. I want to be able to work out again so badly because it makes me feel like just level. Like it's something that was a part of my day every day. It's like so weird not to have it. So know that that's something you actually do have control over. And you're going to grow through the process and you're going to find out how strong you are, not only physically, because obviously our workout programs do push us to a new level of strength, but you're going to find the level of strength that you have inside. And when you do these programs and follow through. And I can't wait for Tiffany to share her 80-day obsession journey as well as her postpartum journey, because I feel like that's a testament to her controlling the controllable, her going all in and like having a transformation inside and out. And it's really powerful. So stay tuned for that. And your results don't have to be insane to be effective, as in effective for you, effective for your getting new clients and customers. Honestly, it's again, showing that you started and you finished. And sometimes the transformation is more like, look at how strong I got. I can do push-ups on my toes now. So don't feel like you have to have 20 pounds to lose, 30 pounds, 40 pounds to lose to get people excited about what you're doing and to get people signed up. You don't. And also don't compare your journey to anyone else's on the team. Don't compare your transformation to any of ours or any Beachbody coach or any person out there. Your journey is your own, and people need to hear your journey. People are going to connect with me more than they're going to connect with Tiffany, more than they're going to connect with her, more than they're going to connect with Kat. Like, there's somebody for everybody. And so please don't compare. And also, like I said, there's going to be that inner transformation. There's going to be the non-scale victories. So those are always amazing, just as amazing, if not more amazing than the physical transformation. And honestly, you got to ask yourself, like, if you're not doing or trying our programs and products, like, how do you expect people to sign up in order from you? You can't expect them to. And honestly, in the past, like years ago, I remember when a new program would come out, I would be like, I don't want to do that one. And then and especially this was before Beachbody On Demand. So literally what you had was every program was a challenge pack. And so if I remember this to a T till this day, it was Insanity Max 30. I was like, there is no way in HE double hockey sticks. I don't know why I said that. And my mom know. That I will do this program. And so I didn't do it. I didn't sell any challenge packs. I've never gotten anyone to do that program. I didn't hit Success Club that month because I wouldn't even try it, you guys. I wouldn't even try it. I still haven't tried it to this day. And so now I try every program. I at least try it. The only workout program I haven't tried since that time was 4 weeks or 6 weeks of the work, 4 weeks of the prep, because I was pregnant and couldn't do it. But you betcha, like, at least try the program, like try the sample workout, try the prep workouts, see how it goes. Because honestly, you don't know. So many people were skeptical about barre, and look at the transformations that people are having. Look at people falling in love with the program because they actually gave it a shot, even if they were skeptical. So that's what I really want to encourage everyone with 10 rounds. You might be like, I don't like boxing, I'm not coordinated, but you haven't tried it. You have no clue what it's actually like and if you will like it unless you give it a go. So, and also you really can't, like, when people ask me, every time someone signs up for Beachbody On Demand, so they're not signing up for a specific program, they're signing up for all of our programs, they're like, what should I start with? Obviously, I have to ask them a bunch of questions to get to that point, but also I can't tell them, like, if they ask, oh, what about 21 Day Fix? What about Core de Force? What is Lift 4 like? If I've never done it or tried it, I have no clue how to explain it. But now that I have tried it, I can totally explain it to them and know if it's good for them. So please at least try everything, especially when it comes out and it's new, and give it a go and see, because you'll be pleasantly surprised 9 times out of 10. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say, other than, like, unless you're walking the talk, it's hard to expect people to follow you. And that's even true with, like, your team. Like, if you start building a team and you're not getting, if you're not going to do 10 rounds, don't expect your team to do 10 rounds. It's just as simple as that. If you're not drinking Shakeology, how the heck do you expect your coaches and your clients to drink Shakeology? So please keep that in mind. That's the quote that I wanted to, like, leave off with, is that you've got to walk the talk with anything in life. I think I'm so much more into this more than ever now that I have a daughter. Like, I have to role model everything for her. I cannot tell her to brush her teeth one day if I don't brush my teeth, you know? Like, I cannot tell her to eat her vegetables if I'm not eating my vegetables. It's like the same with everything else in your life. If you're going to lead, if you're going to help people, you've got to walk the talk. So yeah, I tried to go as fast as I could through that. I did have Energize like 2 hours ago, and it's still, like, working. But now, and I will definitely look at the chat now that I'm turning it over to Tiffany. But I want Tiffany to talk to you guys about her journey the last 2 years with the different programs that she's done. And I think you guys are going to be super motivated, inspired by her story. Take it away.
Woohoo, you brought the fire. I'm glad you had Energized. Okay, so I think I know pretty much everybody, if not, like, actually meeting you in person. We've met virtually, but I'm Tiffany, And I just kind of want to share how being consistent on my own health and fitness journey has helped me both like personally in my home life, personal life, and then also like as a coach and building my business. Um, so like Ashley said, bleeding blue, like I 100% believe in all Beachbody, everything. I believe in the supplements, the programs, everything. I bleed blue. But there was a Tiffany before Beachbody. And I actually had just graduated from college and I moved to Minneapolis where I lived, actually it was in Wisconsin. I lived with my grandma's best friend. So I was trying to find anything to kind of like get out of the house and meet people. Being like a shy person, it was hard for me to do. I worked with all guys, so I wasn't like I could hang out with my work friends. And I stayed there for 8 months. And during that time, I actually got a gym membership and I started going to the gym every single day. I was paying like $40 to $60 a month trying different gyms. And with each gym membership, I would also buy an online fitness program, which was basically just like a PDF where it just told you each day which workout, which exercises to do, how many reps. And I literally just like read it off my phone. I didn't have videos of people showing me proper form or anything like that. And that was $250 every 8 weeks on top of a gym membership, which is so crazy to think that I would spend that freaking much money. And I was getting really good results. I actually was in really good shape, but I was so strict counting my macros. Like before I go to bed, if I needed like more protein, I would make like 3 eggs and like be ready to barf, scarfing them down. So it wasn't anything that like I lived with my grandma's best friend. So like I was looking for something to spend all my time and energy onto. And then 8 months in to my position, I actually got the opportunity to move back home to Michigan. So when I moved back home, my now fiance, but boyfriend at the time, and I finally moved in together, and that was our first time living together. And so with that came like going out to eat, getting carry out, wanting to spend my extra time with him, not in the gym by myself, and then also like drinking. And so long story short, I kept going to the gym. So I would wake up, go to work, go to the gym. I would come home from the gym and I would like throw a pizza in the oven and make us like mixed drinks or take shots. But we would be so bad with nutrition and I didn't know anything about nutrition. I knew either like chicken breast and broccoli or like pizza and beer. It was no like moderation. Then every so often I would have, a treat or anything. It was like I was either in or out. So I still kept going to the gym, but my mindset was so all over the place, partly because I wasn't getting any nutrients. And then also I was working so hard at the gym, but I wasn't seeing results, which now I know was my nutrition. So I would, wake up in the morning, go to work, go to the gym, come home from the gym, make the bad food, drink, wake up the next day, be like anxious. And I remember just like waking up in the morning and just like shaking and not knowing like, oh, what happened last night, or like this isn't the life that I want to live, and just nothing felt right. And I was kind of dealing with a lot of like anxiety and depression, which at the time I didn't know. I just figured like I was doing everything I was supposed to do. Like this is just life. This is just how you feel. And then I continued to gain weight and I gained like 20 pounds, still going to the gym consistently, still gaining weight, not getting results. And then I actually did 1 week of clean week with Ashley, and I actually need to find those photos because I took before and after photos and I was like, okay, maybe I could do something like this. I drank the shakes for a week and I really liked them, and I noticed a difference after 1 week. So now I'm so, it's so easy for me to suggest clean week to people because I did it. And that's kind of what opened my eyes to, these shakes. Yeah, they might cost more money than I would like, but it's totally worth it when you can tell after 1 week that they actually change your mood and your cravings and everything like that, give you energy. So that was kind of my norm. And then actually after that, January was when 80 Day Obsession launched. And I was freaking obsessed with 80 Day Obsession. So Ashley and I were like accountability partners, which was a huge part of my journey is having somebody to relate to every day. We were obsessed with, like, first off, the workouts. We were obsessed with Autumn's, you know, all of her clothes, her shoes, her hair, everything. We literally were just obsessed. So from then on, I was obsessed with all of the supplements and everything like that. 80 days went by. I never missed a workout. I ended up losing 15 inches and like 13 pounds. And by that time, actually a month in, I became a coach, and just for the discount on the Shakeology and supplements. And then my friends and family started asking. They could see a difference in my confidence. I became like a much nicer person. I was so much happier, so much more confident, and I felt worthy. Like, I felt like I deserved to be happy. And I also got a promotion in that time because, again, I had so much more self-confidence and self-worth. And so, what was I going to say? Oh, and I also learned so much about nutrition. So I did the Time Nutrition, and that helps me to this day because I can totally help people who are trying, you know, not only portion fix, but also the Time Nutrition, because it's hard. And if I wouldn't have tried it, I wouldn't have had any clue how to help people through that, customers or coaches. So that was huge too. And not to say that the journey was really like rainbows and butterflies, because I had people like very close to me, you know, making fun of me for doing personal development or like working out every single day. And, you know, 80 days later, they're like, oh, how can I do that? So that just goes to show that you can't listen to people. They're jealous and insecure about their own things, and they're probably going to want your help down the line. So you know, have to do what's best for you. So that was kind of how I got started with Beachbody. And then from then, I've gone all in with every single launch. And like with 80 Day Obsession, it was very personal for me. So I didn't really share much of my journey. First off, I was watching my workouts like on my phone, so I couldn't like record myself in my little 1-bedroom apartment. So I didn't really share much, but then after that program, I started sharing. I did share my results from it, and I got a lot of people reaching out to me, and you know, that was years ago, and I'm still getting people asking me about that program. Because they see that I have personally done it. So I've gone all in with multiple different programs. And then the difference now is that I just share my journey. And then I also worked out, you know, throughout my pregnancy, even when it wasn't easy. And I showed the days where it's like, okay, I can't work out today, but I can stretch, or just kind of showing that that's possible. And I've created so many connections with women a lot of women who haven't joined me yet, but just like growing genuine relationships with people, because they can see that I am consistent. And a lot of people, honestly, everybody that I talk to like this entire year, it's been, I'm not motivated. How are you so motivated? And that is literally everybody's issue. And motivation is not something, obviously we all know that you can just wake up and be motivated one day. It comes with being consistent and over time doing it every single day, and then building up that compound effect and like a momentum where you don't want to stop because you've been so consistent, and you don't want to miss checking a workout off that calendar, you know? So with Bar Blend, I was able to share like my before picture, which wasn't like comfortable or fun at all, because I was really self-conscious, and just having a baby, you're very self-conscious of your body, and really you don't feel like you'll ever get back to where you were. Honestly, I never thought that I would be like where I'm at right now. I'm like, I'm good here. I could stay here and be happy forever. But just to know that you can bounce back, and showing that to people who are postpartum and just had a baby, and they're looking at themselves like, how am I ever going to be the same again? Showing them in freaking 2 months, you can get back to normal. And I've also created so many connections with people with Bar Blend too. And just showing up and not sugarcoating everything, which is something that I think I used to do. And now I'm more so like, okay, cool, I'm pausing and holding my baby, so I'm going to show you like, this is freaking annoying. It's taking me 2 hours, but it's better than going to a gym, or, you know, the germs at the gym, or just kind of figuring out like the positive of the struggles of it, because it's not rainbows and butterflies, especially with a newborn. So I think that, you know, Bar Blend has been big for my business because I also am attracting a different market now. So before with 80 Day Obsession, I was really trying to connect with people who had just graduated college and who were transitioning from like binge drinking in college to like a work life to getting engaged and all that. And now it's like, I want to connect to a different set of people. So it's been good for my business and growing connections that way too. So that's kind of been my Bar Blend journey too. And just kind of starting from, you know, start to finish with every single program and not skipping, you know, obviously life happens. Sometimes you have to take, you know, a hiatus, but not skipping workouts, showing that you're showing up every single day, and has really built a lot of credibility for, you know, my customers and also coaches. And I like to think of it as like building a portfolio. Like I'm building a portfolio of all the programs that I've done and of all the like nutrition stuff I've learned. And that is going to lead people to trust me. And that's really what our business is all about, is people trusting us, you know, with their health and fitness. Like it's a big deal and it's a vulnerable spot for people to be in, to trust us. So when we can open up to them and show them, you know, how we struggled, I think it speaks volumes and it helps them to really trust you. So those are that's kind of my journey. But I did want to leave you with 2 tips. So first off is to literally just get obsessed with whatever program is launching. So like Ashley said earlier, like, okay, literally you took the words right out of my mouth. Like I'm not coordinated and I don't like boxing or I don't like any of that kind of stuff, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm going to have fun with it. And it's going to shock my body and get me better results because I'm not used to doing workouts like that. So it's only going to benefit you. And who cares if you look silly doing it? Nobody's in your living room watching you. And just bleed blue, get all the accessories that they require, try everything, print a calendar, mark it off every single day, and just get obsessed with everything about it. Follow the Instagram, like 10 Rounds has the Instagram. What else? Do the sample workouts, share the sample workouts, literally just like live in whatever is being launched at the moment. And it's so much more fun because everybody else is doing it at the same time too. So if I were to start Bar Blend right now, I would be way more boring, honestly, because the hype is going away a little bit. So just get obsessed with whatever is going on. You know, Beachbody's not going to steer you wrong because all of our programs work, whether you like them or not, they all work. And it will help you physically and business-wise. And like Ashley said earlier too, if they see one coach doing all these new cool programs and another coach who just does 21 Day Fix over and over again, obviously they're going to go with the coach who tries the new stuff. And you never know which market you're going to speak to with each program. Bar Blend is probably going to be a totally different market than 10 Rounds, to be honest. And then also the second tip would be just get vulnerable and share your before and after pictures. I know it's scary and you know, you don't like to see your before picture, but that after picture could inspire somebody so much to actually take a leap of faith. And even if it's not Beachbody, it could be, you know, to fix their nutrition on their own or make simple changes in their diet or whatever it is. You never know who that could inspire. And then also, you're going to be able to use, you know, 2 years down the line when somebody's like, oh, what is this Bar Blend program? I can be like, here, I did it when I was, you know, 2 months postpartum. Here's my results. And this is how much weight I lost or whatever it is. So showing them somebody else's pictures is great. But when you can show them your own results, it speaks volumes to our programs and just what we have to offer. But yeah, so I think that just being consistent and showing up every day for yourself is going to help you personally, and then also business wise, building that portfolio and getting people really to trust you. So that's all.
Oh my gosh, loved it, Tiffany. I seriously love that you said you're building a portfolio. That was gold right there. And thank you so much for sharing your story. Like, I don't think a lot of people knew your whole story the way that I did. So I've loved hearing it again. And it was just awesome. You just brought the fire as well. So thank you. Also, I didn't look at the chat yet because I think you guys could see me since I'm sharing my screen, but I can't wait to read it after this. Now, last but not least, we have Megan, who is going to be talking about, okay, I literally call her the consistency queen because not only is she consistent on starting and completing every program she's ever tried, she does multiple rounds, and she also is just freaking so consistent on showing up every day, almost every day, every morning early with 3 kids to do her workout. So there's a lot we can learn from her as well. So take it away, Megan.
All right. So I know everyone who I see your faces, but for those who are watching the recording, my name is Megan. I am actually going into my 5th year of coaching, so my golden year, and I really think it's going to be the best one yet. But just like everybody else, you are going to hear some of the same tips because consistency comes with the same, you're following the same type of thing. But a little bit about my background, since I do have 3 kids. How I got into this was after my 2nd child. It was for a wedding, which most people do start with you because they do have something coming up. And like everybody else, it was 21-day fix because let's be honest, you want results quick. So I jumped all in pretty much really quick with Ashley, and I loved the shakes, wanted the discount, loved the programs. So I'm just going to fast forward really quickly and tell you guys that I have completed, I want to say like 13 programs in its fullest, 23 total, which means I have done several, like she said, over again. Okay. So I've done 21-day fix, normal, 3 times. Clean week, twice. Sean week, twice. Now notice those short ones. Those are what you want to keep going. I did 22-minute hardcore, hammer and chisel, 21-day fix real time, shift shop, everybody's favorite, lift 4 twice, transform 20, which I'm on kind of my 2nd round, MM100, 6 weeks of the work twice, 3-day refresh several times, like 4 times. And then I am UPF certified. And also I'm doing the hybrid for lift 4 and transform 20. Why do I tell you guys all the programs that I've done? Because you guys really don't care. And honestly, neither really do your customers or people watching you. But what it does show is your consistency. It shows how much you're showing up for yourself, how much you're willing to do other programs that may be outside your comfort zone. And why do something that's uncomfortable to you? Because it pushes you. Why do you want to push yourself? Because you want to grow and you want to get outside your comfort zone, because that's when results happen. So the main part of my story, because you guys, we all became a coach for a certain reason, but that's not why you're here. Consistency comes when you have a no excuse mentality. And that no excuse, honestly, my children are 6.5, almost 5 next week, and 22 months. Okay. If I would have just said, hey, Savannah really didn't sleep that well last night, I'm just going to skip out this morning because I'm just tired. Let's be honest, I was up 3 or 4 times feeding her. Then it would snowball effect. And I would say the next day, geez, I'm just so tired from her being up all night the night before. So it would snowball into the next day. And then before you know it, a week has gone by, because let's be honest, if you have a newborn or stuff going on, time flies very quickly. So here's my tips really quickly for you guys of how to just nip it in the butt and show up for yourself, because that's why we're all here. And again, those of you guys who don't have children yet, you kind of know the feeling. Let's say you were in like a slump or you drink a lot and you just really don't feel like yourself, or you want to be the best version of yourself. And let's just say you're a mom and you're like, I can't remember who I was before this child. Or maybe you're like, my body doesn't feel the same, which, by the way, guys, it never will, but that's not a bad thing. Your body will continue to grow with you and you will fall in love with other features that you may have not had before. So keep that side note too. There is hope. But what I do want to say is it's your choice to show up. It's your choice to pick a program, like everybody said, and finish it in its entirety. What makes that, like, motivation isn't there, but your discipline is. So print out that calendar. I don't know about you guys, but I am very competitive. So there is something about crossing off that is so freaking satisfying that you're just like, yes, oh, crushed it, another day. Or you look down and you're like, oh, I'm so tired, it's day 3. You're like, okay, I have 2 more workouts left this week and then I'm done. You know what I mean? So it's like flipping that mentality to just say, not I have this many left, saying, I've done this many. So that really helps in your consistency too, to finish something. But your transformation is always going to change, and so is your mindset. But one thing you can always know is, I mean, Ashley said this too, but it is so true, is controlling the controllable. My kids can throw tantrums. My house can be in shambles. I legit upstairs, guys, if you saw my bedroom, have eight bins full, and I ran out of bins. So some are like stacked on top of each other. Clean clothes, mind you. They've made it from the washer to the dryer, but they have not made it into anyone's drawers. Okay. But that's okay because they're clean. So you just have to let go of things you cannot control. Netflix is always going to come out with new hit series that you're going to want to binge watch. You're always going to want to have that glass of wine or that happy hour. But to be honest, what is important to you is your change, is your health. Think of it this way, going back to the car example that Ashley may have said in a different light. You can't drive a car with no gas, with no fuel, right? A toy won't work without a full battery, right? So when you show up for yourself, you're continually growing your body and your mentality, and emotionally you're becoming stronger, right? But it's because you're fueling your body, you're taking care of your body, and that's what showing up and the consistency does for you. So if you can kind of see like some of these MM100, you know, I went from, I guess that was like my biggest change from seeing nutrition. And then you go to the most recent one of October to February. That one really hit me hard. This past one with the 6 weeks of the work, that one, completing that workout twice when you know it's hard and you know it's intense, and it was probably the busiest time of my life. Let's be honest. I had Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. My jobs, other jobs were taking off, and I was just so busy. But the one thing was my discipline and my consistency in showing up, drinking my shakes every day. That was my biggest difference. Now I'm kind of a yo-yo shake drinker. I'm going to be honest. I love the shakes, but it's not something like if you had a day off, you'd be like, oh, I'm not going to have it that day. No, like since October, and actually since I'm at 100, but for sure since October, I've had my shake in different forms 1 to 2 times a day, to be honest. Fueling my body, because a lot of times your life gets busy. You may not have vegetables in the house. What are you going to do? You know? So just taking care of yourself and fueling yourself, you're going to see more results, and you're going to want to keep going. If you're struggling right now with people, you know, maybe you're new like Alyssa, or maybe you've been here for a long time and you're like, geez, I'm just so struggling to get people to join me. Ask yourself too, are you showing up for yourself? And are you showing up online so others can see you? Because I know that sounds kind of stupid, but it's so true. I've had people like 3-4 years following me that are just now joining me because they're just waiting to see me fail, or they're just waiting for me to say, you know, this just really didn't work out for me, you know? But I just keep adding workouts because Beachbody keeps coming out with workouts. And as Tiffany and Ashley both said, jump on that bandwagon, guys. Jump on the Bleed Blue bandwagon of doing, although I didn't do bar blend, but that's because I did 6 weeks of the work train twice. But this 10 rounds, I'm like all in. Ride that momentum. That's when people join you. I remember when Transform 20 came out. Yeah, it was a step program, all this stuff, but I got so many people to join me because I was like hyped all about this 20-minute program that'll fit in your lifestyle and say why it's going to work for you. And you're building up. They're following you for a reason. They're following you because they relate to you. Maybe they are a mom, or they are full-time working and they're busy and they're like, how is this girl in shape when she's got just as much going on as I do, you know? And they wouldn't know that if you don't share it. So be consistent in not only your workouts and your nutrition, but in your sharing. Now, something, I can't remember who said it on one of the wake up calls, which by the way, be consistent in those too, because they're very helpful. They were talking about not selling. And that is something that's so huge. Sometimes you feel so icky and you're just like, I just feel like I'm trying to sell something. Well, then don't try to sell anything, but do share your story, because sharing shows that you actually care, that you're doing it, and that you believe in it. And then that will translate into them joining you. So just being more authentic and real. And guys, honestly too, there are days when I just really don't feel like showing up. Like today, I didn't show up too much on social media, but that's okay too. You're a human, you're realistic. You know, I didn't miss my transformation post. I did it actually a little bit during this call, sorry. but I still showed up and I still drank my shake and I still said what I was doing that day, you know, kind of trying to relate to people. So my tips really quickly are, if you didn't get any from what I just said, are super similar to Tiffany's, but honestly picking a program. And again, if it's your first program or you haven't like found something you really liked yet, I mean, honestly, your first program should be something you're kind of interested in, because if you're not, you may not fulfill it and you may not go through with it. Number 2 is showing up, making a schedule and being consistent with that. Now, again, I have kids and I know a lot of you guys work. So maybe, and I'm saying realistically, mornings is going to be your jam. It may not be your jam right now, may not be your jam, okay? You want to sleep, I want to sleep, let's be honest. But if you get up and do that first thing in the morning, it's out of your way. You don't have to worry about it. The kids can be complaining, people could come over, something can happen that is just like out of the blue and out of your control, but you're done with your workout. So one thing I would heavily recommend is when you pick that program, choose a time in the morning before your work and before things get crazy or kids get up that you can get your workout in and get it done, because it's not hanging over your head the rest of the day. Print off that calendar, like Tiffany said too, cross that stuff off. It will help you more in the long run, and it will actually get your followers hyped up that you're almost done with something, even though you're not seeing it, and to get them to do it too. So that calendar is more than just for you. It's for everybody else too. And number 3, most importantly, complete the program. Set that hype up. This is my last day. I'm so excited. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I've been experiencing. My results are coming tomorrow. I cannot wait to share them with you. And then share your results. As vulnerable as it was for Tiffany to share that, the picture down there that says week 1 to week 16, that was me after Savannah. Now, granted, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you don't even look like whatever. But I mean, for me, that was a big deal. And I felt very uncomfortable with myself. My arms were huge. No pants were fitting. I wasn't obviously working out for 7 weeks. I actually had to wait 8 weeks after her. So every recovery is different. And as vulnerable it is to share that, I cannot tell you how many people it helped. So don't think something's scary. Just kind of like put it out there, because you never know who you're going to help. And when you finish, guys, keep going. Already have something in the works. Already have what you're looking forward to. Like Ashley said, what are you doing next? Because I'm not going to lie with you guys. If I didn't have a schedule, I would be so lost. And I have done that. When I took a little week and a half break in between, before I decided to do 6 weeks of the work again, I was so lost. I think I took like 4 days off. I was just like, man, you know? So always have something in the works and sharing that, because it holds you more accountable. That's why we're coaches, is for more accountability, so that we can get better, we can better ourselves, and that we can become more well-versed with everything and have discipline and be able to help others on their journey too. So the momentum that you carry builds into the community that we have with all of our challenges and our accountability groups and everything like that. And that community gives us results. So that's my little thing. If anybody has any questions, let me know.
That was awesome. Oh my gosh. If you guys aren't fired up after the 3 of us spoke, I don't know what could fire you up at this point. That was amazing, Megan and Tiffany. Seriously, I hope you guys loved that. Hang on, let me stop my share. So many nuggets, like so many points. I think you both hit the nail on the head on everything. Like, I don't think we missed anything on that. So way to go, ladies. Love it. Loved all your tips and everything. Yeah, is there any questions in the chat or anything like that? But I don't know. Are you guys like bleeding Beachbody blue after this? If you haven't met already, because oh my God, I don't know. I just loved hearing that from you, from all of us. And we all have different stories, different journeys, but obviously the same things get you the results. The same tips, the same, we all 3 have had ups and downs, but obviously we know how to get the results and to be consistent. So love that there was so much stuff going on in the chat. I don't know why it won't let me scroll up. Was there any like questions or anything, or just like sharing all the takeaways? Sharing all the takeaways. Awesome. Love it. Let's get a picture real quick before I forget. Or actually, should we do a boomerang? Let's do a boomerang. because that was so much fun. I don't know about you guys, like these calls are my absolute, one of my favorite things about this business. Like talking to you guys, hearing from your stories. Like I think Tiffany and Megan should be on the National Wake Up Call after that. What do you guys think? That just got me so fired up.
One
Okay.
day.
What?
One day.
One day for sure. Yes. Okay. Is everyone ready for a boomerang? All right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hang on. I always mess this up. One more. Sorry. I always move my hand and then it like cuts people off. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I did that really well. But yeah, so we will definitely do a training on 10 rounds. I'm thinking next week, possibly for sure in the next 2 weeks. We'll do a thing all about 10 rounds and how we can go in and all in and launch this. But yeah, I'm so excited to see what you guys complete next. And like Megan said, share your journey. Like Tiffany said, it's a portfolio for your business, for your life, for your challengers. And yeah, does anyone else have any questions or anything they want to say real quick? All right. Well, thank you guys for showing up. That's one of the other things that we could say is like actually showing up on these calls and being on live is like so much better than recording. Obviously, you can't make every single one, neither can I, when it comes to trainings, but getting on live, you just feel the energy and you just get more out of it. So thank you and we also put a lot of work into this. So thank you for being on and participating. And I can't wait to chat with you guys again soon. I hope you have a great rest of your week and night and love you all. Talk to you later.